Alright, ladies, gentlemen, and kiddies, thanks to Triumph Motor Philippines, here along Ortigas Avenue in San Juan, Metro Manila, and today, I've been waiting for a while to taste test this bike. This is the Triumph Street Triple 765. Oh my gosh, I'm so damn excited. The last time I ridden a Street Triple was basically 3 years ago during the Laughlin River Run. But that was the 675 version, and I think that wasn't an RS model, that was an R model. You can see it on the pictures on the top right corner, but back then I didn't have a microphone, so I cannot do a proper taste test on that bike. But here we are. Finally, I have to travel all the way to Manila to ride this beautiful naked bike, this super naked bike. So here we go. Let's get it on. Oh, just like as what I remembered on the Speed Triple R. If you guys can go to the upper right screen on my taste test on the Speed Triple RS, the 1050 model, you'll see, I'll just put a link on top of there. So before we start, let's turn it on. Nice. Very, very nice. So it has heated grips and everything. Okay, here the gas prep up. Oh. Then let's adjust the side mirrors for safety. Alright, before we leave, ergonomics check. I'm 6'3", 200 to 220 pounds with a 35-inch overall inseam and a size 13 foot. You can see the side scroll on which metric system it is. Here we go. Can't wait for this. So this is the 765 Street Triple RS. Alright, thank you. Oh, I love naked bikes in general. So, the Street Triple 765. So let's see how this bike handles in the Metro Manila traffic. The nasty, nasty Metro Manila traffic. So far so good. The steering is very light. Low speed maneuverability is pretty good. Easy to navigate. It doesn't intimidate you too much. Low speed ability is very, very good. Especially on a bad traffic like right today. So this is it. This is the top of the line version of the Triumph Street Triple lineup, the 765. I think there's the base model, then the R model, and the RS. The RS is only available here in the Philippines, so there you go. The gear shift, the gear selector is very tactile. So light. The engine is free revving. This is by far, even this short ride, it is the best triple I've ridden by far. One of the best. Of course, it's hard to beat the 1050, but for this environment, it's basically perfect. The rear brakes is very easy, very light, easy to modulate, very tactile. Just trying to get used to the side mirror that this bike has. Navigating between cars like this is a little bit tricky because it doesn't have that much steering angle. It has basically the same turning radius as a typical sport bike, but the clutch is very light, almost effortless. There's nothing for you to correct. The side mirror has a very good coverage, very good articulation. And I think the clutch, although it's adjustable, front brakes and front clutch, I think the engagement point is between 85 to 95% before full release. But it's so weightless, you can ride this bike every day here in Metro Manila. What more in the United States? Oh, he has a very cute little horn. Meep meep. And one of the toys that you can get with an RS model, that it has a quick shift and all-lens suspension. Simply because this bike is the top of the line. There's almost no options that you can add into this bike except some hand guards, crash sliders, crash bars and everything. Just the triple sounds so good. And this one only has stock exhaust. This bike is tiny on me, but I love the size. It's just right. It's not too big. It's not too bulky. And the bike right in front of me is the 400 NK piloting by a cop. My gosh! Oh my gosh! This bike is amazing. Even with that little spurt like that, you can really get in touch with this bike. It's so easy to trail brake and everything. So while we're waiting at the light, these are your throttle modes. There's your home screen right here. I'm not gonna touch any of that since this is only a taste test. So I'm just gonna leave it as it is, the way I left the bike with. Hey! Stupid! Suspension wise, it's a little bit firm, but it's expected for a super naked like this one, so no complaints on that one. The throttle is just perfection. You know, the throttle is right around 90 to 95% before full release, but the quick shifter will just spoil the heck out of you, so no need to worry about that. But navigating to tight streets like this on a super naked bike like this, it's sublime. I want one. Damn it, I want one. No, I don't want this. I need this. Perfect. I can ride this bike every day. It's a very livable bike to ride. The rear brakes has a little bit of a play, a little spongy, but easy to modulate once you get used to it. Steering is sensitive like crazy. I like it. The brakes is just so yummy to use. No juddering, no bucking. Even at its low revs, at 2000 revs, the throttle is still happy. It doesn't buck you around. It doesn't have that on and off feel. The torque is nothing below 2500, but once you hit around above that, this bike can go really easily. Well, it utilizes that 3-cylinder charm. So we're at Shaw Boulevard, all is good. I like this test because it tests its traffic ability. Very telepathic. You can do whatever you want in this bike without annoying the heck out of you. It can slice through traffic very easily. Sure, of course, this is a serious bike too, but it's a very playable thing. It doesn't stutter. I think it has a clutch slipper clutch feature. It's just I feel right at home with this bike. That's what I said before. I haven't ridden a bad Triumph yet, and this continues the streak. Commuting, when a commuting speeds like this, it's so easy. It has a very tiny little horn. Meep meep. But oh my gosh, the total package of this bike. I'll just put the price on top of the screen to show you how much this bike really is in both US and Philippine markets. Let's see the mid torque from 70 kilometers. Suspension is really firm. Sport bike firm to be precise. Well, what can you expect? This is a super naked bike. Wow, I put too much weight on my palms on that moment. Yeah, the rear brakes is very easy to modulate. I fell in love with this bike. Even with stock exhaust, it sounds beautiful already. What more if you put some aftermarket exhaust like Arrow or Akrapovic? Oh, it has only quick shift up only. It doesn't do quick shift down. It's okay. There's some fun rev matching too, you know. I like to rev match all the time, so that's not a minus for me. Man, navigating this bike is so effortless. Oh, I didn't know there's an extra lane over there. So this is Pasig already. Ortiga Center. I like the gauges on this bike. It's very legible. I like the animation. And also you can customize the gauges, the gauge layout once you get accustomed to this bike. The ride-by-wire system is very good. It has heated grips, just to let you guys know. It has adjustable front and rear suspension. There's a hard and soft too right here on the forks. The good thing about the quick shifter, you can still ride with a traditional riding style. You can still use the clutch when shifting up or down, but you don't have to press any buttons to disengage it or whatsoever. Well, right now we're in the infamous EDSA. We're not gonna stay here that long because, as you can see, the traffic is like silly, very silly right now. And it's a bottleneck because of that new bus lane at the far left part of the road, screwing everything up. Somehow, while I'm riding right now, there's heat emanating right around my knee area on both left and right knee that I have. Yeah, the heat is kind of significant on low speeds like right now. But once you get going, the heat disappears. So just something to point it out. Yeah, at this speeds, the heat disappears. Something to point it out. Especially if you're riding during hot weather, like here in the Philippines. Too bad. So at highway speeds, it's very comfortable for a naked bike. The wind buffeting doesn't bother me too much. It's very tolerable. I like it, especially compared to my everyday ride on an adventure bike. This bike can satisfy your hot weather riding very well. Okay, time to navigate some traffic here. One thing I like about naked bikes is just they're so easy to navigate on tighter spots compared to a typical adventure bike. Yeah, the suspension is stiff, of course, it does its job. It's not an adventure bike, it's not a cruiser, it's a super naked. So this competes against the MT-09, the 890R, the Z900 naked, not the RS, the naked. Of course, the Shiver 900. What else? There's so many 900cc super nakeds out there. You can consider the Jixus 750 a super naked too. There's so many options. I'm so comfortable in this bike. It's not even funny. It's just that Manila traffic is just really that bad. You know, that's how you deal with traffic here in Metro Manila. It's not like LA, it's not like New York. It's just craziness around here. And sometimes it's refreshing, especially if you've been riding in the United States or you're riding here and you go back to the US. It's a little bit different, refreshing. See, look at that, those people beating the red light and everything, just to give way to that ambulance over there. But with this bike is very, very well rounded. Sure, the suspension is a little bit on the stiff side, but it's not unforgiving. It's still livable. But the good thing about this bike is it's so easy to navigate through cars at a certain point. Of course, this mirrors can scare you a little bit because of its width. But if you modify the side mirrors into a different type of bar end side mirrors, it will work really well going through traffics like this. It's so easy to ride. Plus, it can deliver what you want to on a bike. It can go fast. Whoop. See? If you want to go something crazy, you can. If you want to do practical, you can also. The yardstick for traffic is here in Metro Manila, because you can't get traffic like in a developing country like Philippines, because you're against everyone. Fellow riders with small bikes, reckless bus drivers, naive jeepney drivers, and distracted cagers. So right now we're back to Triumph Philippines. Alright, we're here. So let's turn it off. 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 Oh, it greets you too with an outro. Very nice. The kickstand is kind of hard to find, but it's easy to deploy because it's super light, it's spring loaded, and you can it's hard to find, but it's okay. Once you get used to it, there you go. There you go. The Street Triple RS. Let's see the overall profile of this. As you can see, it has all-in suspension at the back. I think even the fronts too. Then you got Brembo front and rear. You can see that big B over there. This stock exhaust just really, you don't need an aftermarket exhaust because it sounds very nice. And I'm wearing earplugs right now. So there you go. This is the yummy 765cc triple, the inline triple, the iconic triple engine. Triumph has been making this since forever, way before Yamaha did. And this is the frame. It looks nice. You know, you don't need a second passenger. It's very comfortable. The seat is very comfortable. Actually, I never felt any vibrations on the handlebar, nor the seat, nor on my boot. So that's thumbs up right there too. Yeah, on slower speeds, there's some heat emanating right around this area. Once you're riding on traffic speeds, right around that area, and also right here too. But you know, that only applies on low speeds, and it's not as bad as some Ducatis that I've ridden, on which it burns my leg into like a barbecue. So this is my alternative to a sport bike, and I want to own. No, I don't want it. I need one. There you go. I need to own this bike because this bike, you don't need a sport bike anymore. It's two bikes in one already. It's easy to commute. It's easy to navigate through traffic, and it just delivers. Oh my gosh! The lights are all LED, just the way you like it. It's very, very, very interactive bike. So, yeah, there you go. 2 thumbs. Stupid way up. Oh my god. Oh, I wish I could buy this bike. This is the right bike for Metro Manila because it's not too big, it's not obnoxious, it's not too small. It's just right for my height, and It's all the sport bike that you need without torturing yourself. So thanks for watching. Again, follow my YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Minds, Gab, or whatever social media that I put there. If you're in Manila, go to Tribe Motor Philippines. If you're in Las Vegas, Triumph of Las Vegas. And if you guys have any questions, comments, whatever, in any bike, all bikes matter. Just leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.